This podcast is brought to you by The Senior Techie, a source of information for seniors and others about technology.
Glad to be here for this one.
Yeah, I want you to think about your routine right before you go to bed at night.
Oh, the locking up routine.
Right, the locking up routine. You probably walk over to your front door, you turn the handle just to make sure it's secure, and then you slide that heavy metal deadbolt into place with that really satisfying click.
It's good sound.
It is. And maybe you check the locks on the windows, too. You flip off the porch light.
Right. It's just this ingrained habit.
Yeah, a habit that gives you absolute peace of mind while you sleep. You know your house is safe.
You've secured the perimeter.
But here is a startling thought, and this comes directly to us, provided by the Senior Techie. Your computer, sitting right there on your desk, or maybe it's on your kitchen table.
Yeah.
It might be wide open right now.
Wide open.
The digital door could be completely unlocked, just swinging in the breeze, and you wouldn't even know it.
That is such a powerful image.
It really makes you think.
It does. And it perfectly frames our mission for today's conversation on the Senior Techie podcast.
Which is so important for everyone listening.
Absolutely. We're here to help you understand the real, basically invisible digital threats that are out there right now.
The stuff you can't see.
Right, the invisible stuff. But more importantly, we're going to explore the straightforward, completely non-technical ways you can secure your devices.
Because you really don't need a degree in computer science to protect yourself.
No, you really don't. Our goal is that by the end of our time today, you'll have a very clear, simple roadmap.
A roadmap for securing that digital front door.
Yes, so you can go back to just enjoying your technology without constantly worrying about what's lurking in the background.
And to really understand why this matters so much for you, we have to look at a truly staggering statistic from the FBI.
This one is tough to hear.
It really is. According to the Senior Techie, in a single recent year alone, Americans aged 60 and over lost a combined $4.8 billion to internet fraud.
$4.8 billion.
Let me just repeat that because it is so hard to wrap your head around. $4.8 billion.
It's essential to emphasize that this number is not a typo. We are talking about billions of dollars drained directly from savings accounts.
And hard-earned retirement funds.
Right. When we look at the analysis from the Senior Techie, we see that this massive financial loss is driven primarily by phishing scams.
Oh, those are awful.
And those terrifying fake tech support calls that suddenly pop up and lock your screen. Plus, extortion attempts, personal data breaches.
It's a constant barrage.
It is. And for someone living on a fixed income, falling victim to one of these scams isn't just a minor inconvenience.
No, not at all.
It can be absolutely devastating to their financial security and their overall peace of mind.
It completely changes how they feel about using the internet entirely.
It makes them terrified to even turn the computer on.
Which really breaks your heart because so many of these scams target people who are simply trying to be responsible.
Just trying to handle their daily affairs, pay their bills.
Right. And that brings us to a fascinating and somewhat scary point from the Senior Techie.
The shifting landscape.
Yeah. The days of easily spotting a scam because it's written in obvious broken English, those days are mostly gone.
They really are.
I mean, remember getting those emails from a supposed foreign prince?
Oh, the classic Nigerian prince scam.
Yes. Filled with spelling errors, strange grammar, promising you millions of dollars.
We all got those.
I used to joke that I had a dozen long-lost royal relatives emailing me every single week.
Right, and we could just laugh at them.
We'd roll our eyes and hit delete. But things have completely changed now, haven't they?
They absolutely have changed, and it all comes down to the explosion of artificial intelligence.
AI is changing everything.
It is. Criminals are no longer sitting in a basement typing out poorly worded emails by hand. They just aren't doing that anymore.
What are they doing instead?
They are using highly advanced artificial intelligence to generate their phishing campaigns.
So the AI writes the email.
Yes, and AI can write perfectly polite, grammatically flawless messages that are incredibly convincing. Wow. These emails are meticulously designed to fool your email provider's spam filters.
So they slip right into your main inbox.
They do. And even worse, they are designed to look indistinguishable from real, legitimate messages from trusted institutions.
Like your bank.
Or Medicare. You might receive an email that looks flawlessly like it came from your local bank branch.
Complete with the logos and everything.
Yes, the correct high-resolution logos, professional formatting, and a very urgent yet appropriately professional tone.
So you could be staring at a completely fake Medicare email and have absolutely no visual clues to tell you it's a scam.
None at all.
That's a terrifying thought, but I want to pivot to the good news here because the senior techie highlights something incredibly encouraging.
We do have good news.
Yes, having solid security software installed catches the vast majority of these AI-generated threats before they ever even reach your inbox.
Or before they pop up on your screen. That's precisely the relief we want to offer today. You don't have to rely solely on your own eyes to spot a flawless fake.
Because the software does the heavy lifting for you.
It does. But to get that protection, we need to talk about the devices you are actually using.
Let's do that. Let's look at the different operating systems because there are some massive misconceptions out there.
Misconceptions that could be leaving you very vulnerable.
Okay, so according to the senior techie, Windows computers, which so many folks use for their daily tasks, come with a built-in tool called Microsoft Defender.
They do.
Now, as a basic user, I'd probably assume that means I'm fully protected right out of the box. Is that actually true?
That's a really great question, and the answer is nuanced. Microsoft Defender has actually gotten pretty good over the years.
Better than it used to be.
Much better. It uses cloud-based detection. It actively blocks obvious suspicious applications before they can run on your system.
Okay.
And it even has some built-in protection against ransomware.
So it's doing some work.
It is. For someone who is incredibly careful about where they click, the senior techie notes that Defender provides a reasonable baseline of security.
A reasonable baseline.
Yes, but we need to explore what that reasonable baseline actually means.
Because it sounds like there's a but coming.
There is a big but. It's good, but it's not comprehensive. Microsoft Defender lacks several crucial layers of modern protection.
What kind of gaps are we talking about here?
For instance, it doesn't include strong browser scam detection to aggressively stop you from landing on a fake website.
So if I click a bad link, Defender might just let me go to that fake site.
It very well might. And it doesn't offer a virtual private network or a VPN.
I hear that term a lot. How would you explain a VPN simply?
To put that simply, think of a VPN like a private windowless tunnel between your computer and your bank.
A windowless tunnel. I like that.
Right. If you ever connect your laptop to public Wi-Fi at a coffee shop or a library, anyone else on that network could potentially snoop on what you're doing.
Just intercepting your data.
Yes. A VPN builds that secure tunnel so no one can see inside.
And Defender doesn't have that tunnel.
Defender does not have that. And perhaps most importantly, it lacks the deep behavior monitoring capabilities required to catch brand new, never-before-seen threats.
So the really new stuff sneaks by.
Often, yes.
So if you're doing your banking online, if you occasionally shop on the internet, or if you simply open a lot of emails every day, relying on Defender alone is a bit like having a lock on your screen door but leaving the heavy wooden door wide open.
That is a perfect way to put it.
And the senior techie highly recommends adding dedicated security software on top of Defender to fill in those gaps.
Spot on. Now, while Windows users have their own hurdles to jump over, I actually worry more about Mac users.
Really? More about Mac users?
I do, because there is this incredibly stubborn myth out there surrounding Apple computers.
Oh, this is a big one. I hear this all the time from friends. People who own Macs often think they are magically immune to viruses.
It's wild how common that belief is.
They think they simply don't need any extra protection at all. But the senior techie highlights that this is a massive myth that we need to bust right now.
We definitely need to bust it.
Why are Mac users so confident, and why are they wrong?
Let's break down why this myth even exists in the first place. Apple does build a security tool into their computers called XProtect.
XProtect, okay.
It's a nice feature because it runs very quietly in the background, and it updates automatically without you having to do anything.
Which is convenient.
Very convenient. And it does a decent job of defending against common older threats.
Older threats being the key word there.
Yes. Here is the critical vulnerability. XProtect relies heavily on something called signature-based detection.
That sounds a bit technical. How would you explain signature-based detection to someone sitting at home using their Mac right now?
Think of signature-based detection like a security guard standing at the entrance of a high-rise office building.
Okay, I'm picturing the security guard.
And this guard is holding a clipboard with a list of known troublemakers.
Got it.
When a file tries to enter your Mac, XProtect looks at the file, then looks at its clipboard list.
Checking the names.
Right. If the file is on the list of known bad files, XProtect blocks it.
So what's the problem?
What happens if a scammer invented a brand new threat last week.
Ah.
That new threat has a completely new disguise. It's not on the clipboard list yet.
Because it's too new.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because XProtect only blocks what it already knows about, that brand new scam slips right past the security guard and into your computer.
Just walks right through the front door.
It does. And it stays that way until Apple eventually discovers the new threat and updates their list.
That security guard analogy makes so much sense.
It really clarifies the blind spot.
It explains perfectly why my neighbor still got a virus on her Mac last month, even though she thought Apple handled all of that automatically.
Her guard just didn't have that new threat on the clipboard?
If the threat is brand new, your Mac's built-in guard simply doesn't recognize it.
That's it. And the senior techie emphasizes a very sobering reality here.
What's that?
Mac-specific threats are steadily rising.
So criminals are actually aiming for Macs now more than before.
They are. Scammers know that Mac users often feel overly confident and skip buying security software.
Which makes them an easy mark.
It makes them a very lucrative target.
Which leads us beautifully into the solution.
Let's talk solutions.
Now that we understand the evolving threats, the AI-generated emails, and the limitations of both Windows and Mac built-in tools, let's break down the actual software options that make sense for you.
We have some great choices to go over.
We're going to look at 3 specific programs highlighted by the Senior Techie. According to the Senior Techie, one program is a real favorite among experts, and that is Malwarebytes.
Malwarebytes is fantastic.
What makes this one stand out is that it runs beautifully on both Mac and Windows computers.
It's very versatile.
And it's famous for having a very clean, simple interface that won't leave you feeling overwhelmed with confusing charts and blinking graphs.
No one wants to look at complicated charts when they just want to check their email.
So true. But I understand they have a few different options depending on what you actually need.
They do, and there's a lot of flexibility here.
Yeah.
Malwarebytes offers a completely free version.
Free is always a good word.
It is. Now, this free version is for manual scans.
Meaning you have to do it yourself.
Right. That means it just sits there until you click a button and tell it to search your computer.
Okay.
It's wonderful for a one-time cleanup if your computer's acting strangely and you suspect something might be wrong.
Like doing a deep spring cleaning.
Yes, a deep clean. However, for true peace of mind, there is the premium version.
What does that one cost?
For roughly $39.99 a year for one device, it provides real-time background protection.
So it's always working.
It is constantly monitoring for malware, watching for ransomware, and blocking malicious websites as you browse.
All without you having to lift a finger.
You just install it and let it do its job.
And there's some fantastic news for Windows users regarding Malwarebytes. In a recent major update, they added a whole new set of entirely free tools specifically designed for Windows.
Those new tools are a great addition.
They include a startup application manager. We've all experienced the frustration of turning on an older computer, gonna make a cup of coffee, coming back, and finding it's still loading.
Oh, that is the worst.
This tool helps you manage what programs launch at startup, which can really speed things up.
It makes a huge difference on those older machines.
They also added system tweaks to help smooth out common Windows performance issues and a one-click firewall controller.
Yeah, the firewall controller is interesting.
Yeah, a firewall is basically a digital bouncer checking IDs at your network door, and this tool gives you incredibly easy control over it without needing a computer science degree.
Those quality-of-life tools are brilliant for keeping an older computer running smoothly.
And for those who want comprehensive, overarching protection, Malwarebytes also offers an ultimate plan.
The ultimate plan is fascinating.
It includes that VPN we discussed for safe public browsing.
That windowless tunnel?
Right. And an incredible $2 million in identity theft insurance.
That is a massive safety net.
It really is. But the feature that really stands out is their personal data remover.
Oh, I love this feature.
It actively scours the internet and scrubs your personal information from data broker websites.
Data brokers are a real problem today.
They are companies that collect your phone number, your home address, your family details, and sell them to marketers.
Or worse, sell them to scammers.
Exactly. I mean, absolutely. Having a tool that automatically pulls your data off those lists is an incredible defense mechanism.
It really is. It takes the burden completely off your shoulders.
Now, let's look at another option that takes a slightly different approach. I'm talking about Norton 360.
Norton is a classic.
A name most of us stood for decades. According to the Senior Techie, Norton 360 is essentially the all-in-one option.
It's the kitchen sink approach.
It works on both Windows and Mac, but it bundles everything together in one package. You get the antivirus protection, a built-in password manager.
The password manager is key.
So you don't have to keep a sticky note of dozens of different passwords hidden under your keyboard.
Please throw those sticky notes away.
Yes. You also get a VPN and dark web monitoring. They even offer a virus protection promise.
Which means they'll actually give you a refund if a virus gets through their defenses and their experts cannot remove it.
That promise certainly shows confidence in their product.
It does. But there's a specific feature in Norton that I consider an absolute game changer for seniors.
What's that?
It's their AI-powered scam protection, which they call Genie.
Genie. Okay.
Think about those confusing, highly realistic AI-generated emails we discussed earlier.
The ones that look just like your bank.
Right. Genie is an AI tool designed to fight back against that. It analyzes suspicious texts and emails for you to determine if they are scams.
So you ask the AI to chiff the other AI.
Yes. And the best part is that it's operating around the clock, 24/7.
24/7 protection.
Yes. If you ever receive a text message from your supposed bank saying your account is locked and you feel that immediate knot of anxiety in your stomach,
We all know that feeling.
you can just have Genie analyze it. Having a 24/7 digital assistant whose sole job is to tell you if a message is safe or a scam is profoundly empowering.
That is incredible. You're fighting AI scams with your own protective AI.
It levels the playing field.
The senior techie does note that Norton tends to be slightly more expensive than Malwarebytes, but considering it includes all those bundled features like the password manager and Genie, it's a very strong contender.
It offers a lot of value in one place.
Finally, I want to make sure we give proper attention to the third option mentioned by the senior techie, and that is Bitdefender.
Yes, Bitdefender is what we might call the quiet performer.
The quiet performer. I like the sound of that.
It might not be the loudest brand in television commercials, but security professionals consistently rate it incredibly high.
What makes it so good?
The most important characteristic of Bitdefender for you to know is that it is exceptionally lightweight.
I'm glad you brought that up. What does lightweight actually mean for someone using a computer at home, especially if it's a few years old?
If you're using a laptop that's 5 or 6 years old, the last thing you want is a heavy security program bogging down the system.
Making everything run slowly.
Right, and causing the cooling fans to sound like a jet engine taking off.
Oh, I hate when the fans get loud like that.
Lightweight means the software uses very little of your computer's memory and processing power.
So it won't slow your computer down.
It won't. And it won't interrupt you with constant annoying pop-ups either.
That is a huge plus.
According to the senior techie, Bitdefender provides incredibly strong real-time protection for both Windows and Mac, and it does it so quietly that you'll rarely even notice it's running.
If you want top-tier protection that just does its job invisibly, Bitdefender is highly rated.
It's a fantastic choice.
The beauty of what the senior techie points out here isn't that you can't learn this tech. It's that you shouldn't have to.
That is the whole point.
You shouldn't have to waste your retirement studying encryption protocols or how firewalls operate just to safely check your email or look at photos of your grandkids.
That's a vital perspective. The senior techie provides a brilliant comparison that I think makes this crystal clear.
Let's hear it.
Security software is precisely like a smoke detector in your home.
A smoke detector.
Yes. You don't need to understand the complex physics of how the ionization chambers inside the smoke detector sense carbon particles.
Nobody expects you to study that.
All you need to do is stick it on the ceiling, make sure it's turned on, and replace the battery once a year.
The smoke detector does the hard, complex work of monitoring the air 24/7.
Modern security software is exactly the same. You install it, let it run in the background, and it monitors your digital home for fires.
That analogy is perfect because it emphasizes action over deep technical understanding.
You don't study the smoke detector, you just install it.
And that's what we want you to do today. We don't want you to just listen to this information and move on.
We want to give you actionable advice.
Pick one thing to do today to secure your digital front door.
Let's walk through exactly what those actions look like.
Okay, let's start with Windows.
If you are a Windows user, here is your one simple task for today. Go to the bottom of your screen, click on the Start menu, and type in the words Windows Security.
Just type it right into the search bar.
Open that up and simply look at the screen. You want to ensure that all the little check marks you see are green.
And if they are green,
That confirms Microsoft Defender is active and doing its basic job.
simple enough. And if you're a Mac user, your task is just as simple.
What's the step for Mac?
Go to the little Apple icon in the top corner of your screen, click on System Settings, then click on General, and finally click on Software Update.
You just want to ensure your Mac is fully up to date.
Remember how we talked about XProtect, relying on a list of known threats on that security guard's clipboard?
The list has to be updated.
Yes, that list is only refreshed when you update your software. Keeping your Mac updated is the only way to ensure XProtect has the latest information.
And here's an action step for absolutely everyone listening, regardless of what kind of computer you own.
Okay, what is it?
Go to malwarebytes.com, download the free version of their software. It costs nothing.
Run a single scan on your computer just to see what it finds.
You might be very surprised to see how many tracking cookies are quietly sitting on your hard drive right now.
Tracking cookies are those little digital footprints that follow you around.
Like when you look at a pair of shoes online, and suddenly those exact same shoes are following you across every single website you visit.
A quick scan can clean all of that up.
It really is a great first step.
I would add one more reflective action step for everyone. I want you to think about the last 5 emails you opened where you clicked on a link inside the message.
That's a good exercise.
Ask yourself, were you 100% sure who sent those emails? Did you verify the sender?
Because despite all the complex technology out there, phishing emails tricking you into clicking a malicious link remain the #1 way scammers get in.
Just taking a moment to pause and reflect on your clicking habits is a massive step toward better security.
That's wonderful practical advice. As we wrap up this discussion on the Senior Techie podcast, we want to leave you with a final thought to mull over.
A parting thought.
Think about everything that is currently sitting on your computer. It holds your precious family photos, perhaps the only copies of certain memories with your grandkids.
It holds your sensitive tax documents from the last decade.
It holds your banking access, your credit card information, and likely a list of your most important passwords.
Your entire digital life is inside that machine.
It really is. When you consider the cost, it puts things into perspective.
It does. If a program like Malwarebytes Premium costs roughly $40 a year, that's less than what most people spend on a single television streaming service over a few months.
When you weigh the incredible value of your personal data and your peace of mind against the price of a few movie tickets, isn't securing the digital door to your entire life absolutely worth the investment?
It's a profound question and one that really puts the true value of our digital security into focus.
It certainly does.
This podcast was brought to you by The Senior Techie. It's available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. If you'd like to keep up with their newsletters, you can subscribe for free by going to subscribe.theseniortechie.com.